Good morning, everyone. This is Elsie Kerns, your Chaos to Clarity coach. And this morning, I am here with the very intuitive Shelley Shaner. And she is not only a veteran tarot and oracle card reader, but also a wonderful healer and dream expert. Shelley, welcome. And the first thing I want to find out is what is the meaning of the groundhog as an animal totem? Because I know in addition to everything else, you also do animal totem work. What can you tell us?
Hi, everybody. Well, it's very interesting. The groundhog did not see its shadow today, so it's going to be an early spring for all of us that have a lot of winter. But it actually means it symbolizes death without dying, okay, because it hibernates for 4 to 6 months. So that indicates a rebirth. It can also mean, because it digs burrows, that it means to go deep within yourself or deep within an area of study. So you might start something new. It can also mean exploring your dreams or an altered state of consciousness. And the last thing I would say is it means clear boundaries, because a groundhog will not allow any other animal into its burrow.
Shelley, that's great. And I want to just ask you about dreams, because I know that you have this very intuitive gift. And of course, you've also studied for 25 years all of these different modalities. So how do you help people with their dreams?
Well, what I do is I teach classes in dreams. And one of the things I do is it's important that you remember to record your dreams when you're asleep, when you wake up, in a journal, so you can remember them. And then you look at the words that you use. They are clues as to how you're feeling. So we would go through, you would tell me what your dream was, and I would look for certain things. For instance, let's say you dreamed of having to find a bathroom and you couldn't go, right? You're looking, you find all these strange toilets and you can't go. What that means is you're afraid to let go of something. You're holding on to something. Mm-hmm. So we look at the clues and the emotions that you're feeling, also what's going on in your life right now, because the dream clues that you get will give you an idea of how you're truly feeling and how you're dealing with the issues. And somewhere in the dream is a little nugget that gives you the clue on how to solve the problem. They're awesome dreams. Mm-hmm.
So, Shelley, I like that there's a nugget to resolve the problem. Mm-hmm. Now, how do you help people with intuitive card readings?
Well, what I do is I usually the client can have a question that they want answered. So then I'll pull out my tarot cards, which really symbolizes the journey of the soul. It's really deep. So once I lay out the cards and they might have a question, then I'll look at the clues that the cards are giving me. And then from there, I tap into my intuition, and then I can get guided messages. I get, I'm a clairvoyant, so I'll get images in my mind, and I can just sometimes just spit it right out. And I just want to help them solve the problem or to see what's causing the problem. Sometimes it's a lot of psychological reasons, maybe they're stuck, or maybe they just need support, or guidance or confirmation that everything's going to be okay.
Shelley, I know that you experienced your own dark night of the soul. Mm-hmm. So do you want to share that with us? Is that okay?
Yes, that was really what I would call my awakening. That's the term that's bandied about a lot. It was quite a while ago, but I was in a really bad marriage. My life was falling apart. I had a young son, and I was at my wit's end. I remember being so upset. I was rolling in the dirt one time, just in so much pain. I don't know why. I felt like I was dying. I had despair. It felt like no hope. I couldn't believe it. So I started reaching out. I started praying to God like crazy, help me. And then I went in the bookstore, and this book literally jumped out at me. It was called We Don't Die by a psychic named George Anderson. And in the back of the book, he had all these answers to questions that I couldn't find in the Bible, say. So it just woke me up. And then from there, I started having all these powerful dreams that I had to go. And I remember calling one psychic I hadn't talked to a long time. And she said to me, "You're going to leave your husband, aren't you?" And I said, "Yes, I'm thinking about it." And all I could see was this, in my mind's eye, was this bridge. And across the bridge, it was all dark, but I saw these hands outstretched. And that was like the beginning of symbolism for me, where if I crossed the bridge or did the inner work, took the risk, I would have the support if I did it. So I did it. And then, oh my gosh, my whole life started changing. I never had so many dreams and synchronicities. And I started writing stories about it because it was really intense. But it was actually the gift. It was a gift to do that because I had gotten so low, I couldn't take that pain anymore. It set me on a quest to search for the truth, and I've been that way ever since.
Shelley, I know that symbols, synchronicities, what you just mentioned, have played an important role in your life. So I gather that you also use those for your clients in your readings. And tell us more about how that all comes together.
Okay. Well, first of all, the tarot cards are symbols in themselves. So they tell me a lot when I read them. And if a client, they'll tell me, well, I just saw this animal or that animal, and I'll tell them what it means. If they see a hawk flying, it means to pay attention to messages that may be coming to you. If you see a deer, it means to use gentleness in this situation. Perhaps you see an eagle. It means to rise above your life and get a bigger perspective, because eagle represents God or Great Spirit. One time I had a dream. This is a crossover real quick. How a symbol went from a dream to manifestation. So I had in a dream seen a great blue heron, and it came to me in my bedroom and was trying to pull off the covers and wake me up. I didn't want to get up. But then I woke up from the dream. I went downstairs. I put the tea kettle in. I was by the sink. There was a big window in front of me. I looked down at the ground. It was in the morning. I see the shadow go across the ground. I look up, and it's a great blue heron flying right over me. I said, oh my gosh, what a synchronicity, right? And then later on, sometime in the summer, I went down to the lake with my son, and we were sitting watching this great blue heron 30 yards away looking for fish. Well, the great blue heron just flies over to us, lands 5 feet away, and starts talking. And then he flew away again. I don't know what it said, but I was like, oh my goodness, what? So, I mean, I get, all these symbols and messages, and that's what I'm like cued for. So when a client has these messages or anything, symbols anywhere, like license plates or trees, or I just like, it's like I have a data brain and computer that just like, oh, what about this? And it's like, wow, it's like we kind of open the door, because the universe speaks to us in a symbolic language. You just have to learn what that is.
Well, you are certainly magical, Shelley. I love what you're describing. And I know that you do some spiritual coaching. So how do you help clients with your spiritual coaching?
Wow. Okay. Well, I have a lot of tools in my toolbox. Okay. So I will use a variety of things. I'm an energy healer. I do Reiki and crystals. So perhaps the client needs some healing, or energy work, and I'll check their chakras. I'll remove cords, cutting cords. We do energy boundary work. I've done EFT. I have done pendulum healing, crystal healing. We'll use tarot reading, and also I do past life healing, which is a different technique than most people do. I was taught that you would go in and find a past life, whatever you're drawn to, and if there's an emotional issue, it could be tied to this life. So when we go in, we find out what the key emotions are, and we tap the emotions away, the negative emotions, until you're clear. So because there seems to be an attachment from a past life emotion to this one a lot of times. So I do it as a healing technique. I mean, you can also just find out what your past life is, but I seem to be a woman that has a purpose. Like, well, let's heal this, let's fix that, to make your life better.
Mm-hmm. I agree that the tapping is great. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like all of these things come together for you in the best form possible. So tell us a little bit about how we can get in touch with you.
Well, you can go to my website, ShelleyShaner.com, or you can go to my Facebook page, Shelley Shaner, and I have different ways you can contact me through email or phone right now. That's the easiest way, and we go from there. Call me up. We'll set an appointment. I can do phone. Looking into doing Zoom readings soon, or you can come to my place if you're local.
So not only phone, but Skype, Shelley?
Yes, Skype or Zoom. I have Skype, but I'm looking into Zoom as well. So,
yeah, I think Zoom is really terrific because the video is excellent. Yeah. So, Shelley, give us your email because you mentioned that was an easy way to get in touch with you.
Yes, it's info@ShelleyShaner.com. It's ShelleyShayner.
Okay, and I've got your website up there as well, so people can also contact you via that way. Now, tell me, what would you say about all the turmoil that we're going through at this time in the world?
Well, the way I look at it is this. If you look at cosmological time, okay, cycles of time, we are moving out of the Kali Yuga, which is a dark age, and we're headed towards the light. So this really is, we're going through labor pains, through a birthing process. We're right at the very beginning. All of us here are here to plant new seeds. So it's really imperative to protect your heart. Watch what you're thinking. Okay, your word is your wand. We have all these powers. So don't be distracted by the external. Be more conscious of the internal and how you're feeling, because you're creating that. We're creating a new world. The old paradigm is dying away. So it may seem like chaos, but really we have to find our own power within, and we have to find our heart. Excuse my kitty cat. Jasper.
Well, I see the kitty cat had to be part of our little
so.
Be Live as well.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like good advice, because it really does. And we're also in winter to go within and see what's happening.
Yes.
So, Shelley, give us your website again. I've got it up there, and a phone number where people can reach you.
Okay, it's ShelleyShaner.com. So it's ShelleyShayner.com. My phone number is 609-707-5605.
Great. So I want to thank everyone for joining us. We've got Eileen here, Christine, a couple of other people, but I can't quite see their names. And we're going to make a quick YouTube of this and send it around. So Shelley, thank you so much for joining me on this cold winter Saturday morning, which is filled with bright sunshine and, of course, bouncing off that beautiful snow. Yeah. This is Elsie Kerns, your Chaos to Clarity coach, wishing you a wonderful weekend. And Shelley, thanking you again for joining us this morning.
I enjoyed being here. Thank you for having me.
Okay, thanks a lot. Have a great weekend, everyone. Oh, Karen, great. Glad you joined us too.